So, you sick of all those games where you get to play as goody two-shoes heroes? Well, there's plenty of other games where you can be the bad guy, but, well, I wanted to show this one off in particular. This is Nefarious. An indie game that actually got a Switch release as of recently, and that's the version I'm using, because, well, I figured this would be my gateway to showing it off.
Interesting.
Alrighty.
Yay.
And I was surprised to see this get a Switch release. For the longest time, I thought it was only on PC after, what was it? Was this a Kickstarted game or indie?
I want to say this was a Kickstarted game. I mean, how many indie games aren't Kickstarted nowadays?
Fair enough.
This is a very Genesis sounding song here.
Well, don't worry. This is the only one of its type, and I kind of appreciate that, because this is like the one portion of the soundtrack I'm not the biggest fan of.
Well,
I
especially...
wasn't really saying that as a negative, but okay.
But, anyway, don't mind how long the loading screen is in the Switch version.
Oh.
Yes, we'll get on it. Also, besides this in the menu, you can kind of see how this game's a little rough around the edges, but I feel like it has... What was that?
Wily.
Riley!
And, of course, the best of them all.
Oh, it's not the ho-ho... There you go.
One of my favorite scenes, I'm not gonna lie.
I love this one too. Yes,
Was this
you will.
really unedited? Oh, jeez. Okay, we finally made it.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Bad guy crashes party, kidnaps princess, makes dramatic exit.
Yes.
Plucky handsome hero gives chase.
Oh.
Epic quest ensues. But funny story.
Yeah, about that.
Whoop!
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm the bad guy.
That's him.
Hello, Crow.
That's right.
The curses of my name will be caked on the walls of those who serve justice.
Oh,
Crow.
Nice impression. So,
I
welcome.
love that. Wow. Was all that really necessary?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Nefarious. You are this town's bad guy, Crow, who has the epic power to punch stuff, and actually traverse through the entire level while carrying a damsel in distress over your shoulder.
And yes, for those who who've been paying attention, keeping and taking those notes that I have been pop quizzing people on. No, I don't. From our Indie Pogo. Yes, he is the final boss from Indie Pogo.
Yeah, and it's funny thinking back on it, because, yeah, I didn't know that much of anything in Nefarious up until I played Indie Pogo. Like, I've definitely seen him around. Like, he's like that one indie character who pops up every now and then, and I kind of want to give his game...
Few keys are for chumps. A solid punch would open this puppy up.
Do your thing, Crow. But yeah, like, just think about it. Like, I've seen this character all the time, and yet I was sort of tempted to give the game a shot, but I was also aware that the game had somewhat average reception. Like, I would definitely say that it's not a terrible game, but it's one of those games I would classify as something that could have been a lot better than what it is.
I just say that when you look at some of the levels, it looks like it. The best that I could describe it, which please take it with a grain of salt, because there is some really great stuff on the platform. I would describe this as being top tier Newgrounds game worthy.
Yeah,
But
that's the
not-
best way to put it.
But not quite like triple tier like platformer console release.
Let alone an indie game. Oh, hello.
Hey, watch where you're stepping, you wolf.
Yeesh. My bad.
But yeah, stop it.
So yeah, actually going back to the game real quick, we're actually kidnapping the good old Princess Mayapple, our typical
Adopt a
damsel in
mod.
distress that Crow usually Crow usually makes his habit out of kidnapping, because you know he's a top of the line bad guy. He's got to make his rounds doing the daily grind, kidnapping the princess and all that stuff.
Which real quick, talking about something similar to this, one thing that I would say I found brilliant and loved about the movie Megamind was the fact of, like, you would think that the villain and the quote-unquote, like, you know, damsel in distress #1 would get to form some sort of repartee, talking with one another during all the kidnappings.
Oh,
Yeah, and to this game's credit, they do that.
Yeah, sorry if I don't see that too clearly. I'm gonna have to download this video at a low quality.
Only you
because
would
my
have a
internet-
note progression that spells out BAD.
Ha.
Yeah, they literally did do that.
That's awesome. And yeah, that was just him talking about how it's his it's his own theme song in vinyl.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're finally made it back to our lair.
Who wouldn't want their theme song on a vinyl? Boss, we've held the outer perimeter as you requested. And we set up your death ray just up ahead.
Time to start this assault in earnest.
Alrighty.
Okay then.
Let's prep everything up and get ready to get to... So I guess we should get to work. Is every level going to be a jump and punch? Oh, jeez.
This is the MCPD. Put the princess down and we will open fire.
Do you know...
You do know she's not
such a low quality.
Yeah, that's right. He was saying you do know she's not bulletproof.
Do you want me to take over for you, Hype?
No, we'll see how this is.
Okay.
Yeah, just as a bit of a behind-the-scenes thing is that, like, to compensate for how less than desirable my internet is, I usually have to download these videos at a kind of lower quality, you know, just so they can get faster, just in time for sessions. I sometimes don't take into account how it messes up little things like text dialogue.
Well, it depends on how small the text dialogue is, too. If it's too small,
Yeah.
it'll blur together more. Anyway, we're out of
You're
here.
low on health.
Boss, that was awesome!
Hey, Tyrone, how's the family?
Oh, hey, Miss Mayapple! They're great! Thanks for asking.
She remembers.
Knock it off! Stop being nice to my minions. Hedge Force, have Becky bring my car around. I think it's time to blow stuff up.
Same, General Principal. Also, I have this on clear quality, and I thought it read henceforth, not henceforce.
I thought the same thing too, but
Yeah.
now we're introduced to our second major means of defense, grenades.
So, I guess we should... Oh,
Right on time. My old rival Mac.
Mac, my hero!
Pro, Mayapple.
oh, I thought that was me. I'm getting that. Maybe it'll be the next one. I'm getting confused.
Don't you have some heroic banter you'd like to toss my way?
Just go get in your giant eyeball laser or whatever it is.
Let's get this over with.
Then I can kick your butt and we can get on with it. Get on with our lives. Or, get on with this.
Aw.
I need to talk to Mayapple.
What?
Wow.
What?
Is this, Oh, I guess...
Teams up.
I guess I should get around to this. Is the game mostly a run-and jump gunner platformer thing?
Yeah, for the most part, it is a 2D platformer. I mean, the controls I guess I should go ahead and bring this up since I've already opened up that can of worms. I mean, the controls themselves aren't terrible, but they definitely feel very floaty.
Ah, okay. Like 20XDX kind of floaty, or...
Worse than that, I'd say.
Oh, nice.
I would say your overall physics, you have a little too much momentum for my liking.
What's that thing in the upper right?
That's your
There we
currency, I
go.
think. And there we go. We're on our death laser. Time for epic battle.
Finally, my knight in shining armor! My hero, my love!
Mayapple, I'm breaking up with you.
I knew
Oh,
it.
damn.
I knew it. What? Now? You're doing this right now?
Via text?
Hello, supervillain, right here.
We barely see each other anymore. You spend more time with Crow than me.
True. That is very true.
Because he kidnaps me?
And now you're defending him. You two are inseparable.
And we're still blinking red because we're on low in health.
Guys.
That's Crow.
McIntyre Donald Mulder, you get up here and rescue your princess assistant!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, dears.
I don't have time for this anymore. I have real crimes to stop.
He does have a point.
So
Kidnapping
what, is he
girls...
still gonna... Hey! I am committing a real crime
I
here!
just realized that actually puts me in a really bad light. Kidnapping is a real crime. Do not condone it.
Nerve! I've never been so insulted!
But I mean, like, when a princess gets kidnapped a lot of times and
I
things
know,
seem to work
right?
just fine. I know, right?
Well, this is... awkward.
Yeah, you technically got what you
I
wanted.
have victory music planned and everything for the day I finally defeated Mac.
Oh yeah, by the way, he actually does sing it, like, right here.
I don't know.
Okay, admittedly, I do kind of like that a little more than what this guy does. Okay, then.
Because, yeah, there's a voice line saying that too, but I like this better.
No.
We won?
Yeah, okay. Can I still play the music?
Sure, whatever.
Play the music.
Okay.
Honestly, that's pretty close to what I was hearing anyway. So we won.
Yep, we quote unquote got what we wanted with no opposition whatsoever. We should be happy for this, and yet
Just gave up. I might be a villain, but he's the real jerk here. Becky, or...
Boss, Princess Maple, shall I have the men prepare your suite?
Sweet.
Hey, Bex. No, I think I'll go gaze off the deck wistfully for a while.
Aww.
I have some steam I need to blow off.
Poor thing.
Very well. I shall have the minions prepare your usual spell risotto and nice side of soup au pistu. I hope I pronounced that right.
Pistol.
Just as I thought. I don't command fear anymore. He just flew away.
I know.
I'm a jerk.
Boss, I believe you might be able to utilize this as an opportunity.
Of course I know that. I wanted to win, but not like this.
It's just not fun.
Perhaps you can clue me in on what exactly the plan is.
Well, at least we can do that much.
We never seem to keep Maple long enough to move on to step 2.
But now we can.
I realize I'm pronouncing your name.
Kidnapping the
I'm sorry.
princess is a time-honored villain tradition.
It's code.
I've been putting together plans for a royalty-powered death ray, and
What?
this doesn't feel right. Evil's game monologue should be dedicated to heroes before I destroy them.
I know.
It only makes sense.
I would think as your
Majordomo.
Major Dama.
it is prudent to keep me in the loop.
So go ahead, dictate it.
Here's all you need to know. I'm a genius, and we need 5 princesses.
Bingo.
Once that's complete, I can rule the world and as I see fit.
Reshape it.
Very well. Then we must now travel abroad to the other kingdoms.
By the way, special shout out to Gashi Gashi for all these awesome mugshot artworks.
Yeah,
Syndicate
I
of
thought I
Malice
recognized
will
this
not
art
look
style.
favorably if we start kidnapping that designated princesses of other villains.
Actually, I want to make shout
Yeah.
to myself about weight.
But I'm certain I can find a loophole to bypass protocol laws.
Oh yeah, we're about to start acting out of our jurisdiction.
Next step is Princess Apodia from
Apodia?
the Insectia King. I'm sorry.
Insectia.
When you are ready to proceed, go up to the elevator to the bridge and take the wheel.
Oh, we're on a flying fortress.
Yep.
So I mean,
Very own flying fortress.
welcome everybody to Nefarious Odyssey.
Essentially.
But I mean, really thinking about it, like, I like the humor of this game. I like the style it has to it.
Oh yeah, no, the writing in this game is pretty damn good for what it's worth. I mean, again, my only real problem with the game is just the gameplay isn't up to snuff.
I know. Again, top
Like
quality.
it's not
new
terrible or
graphics.
anything. It's completely playable. It's just that you feel like you could be in better control of yourself than you are.
There's
Like,
just
again,
that.
you're pretty sluggish and you do have a bit of a delay with all your punches and stuff like that. It just you feel like you could be at the top of your game and yet you're not, even though you have a big fucking robo hand.
There's that little smidgen to it that's like this here. There's that little smidgen that still makes it feel like I'm playing a Flash game.
Yeah, like
And
this is
not
no
on Switch.
Celeste or Super Meat Boy or anything of the sort. This is Nefarious.
This isn't even that.
Which one?
Crap. What was that? Crap. What was that game we did a long time ago with the grappling girl, Rana?
Grapple Force Reina?
Yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah,
isn't even. This isn't even like that. Like that still is like.
This honestly
Has a bit
feels
more polish to
borderline.
it.
This feels like borderline version 1 Grapple Force Reina, where you didn't even have any control over the depth of your jump. Okay, maybe not so much that bad here. I would still, you'd at least have that much in Nefarious, but
So we have our
otherwise,
upgrade
yeah. This
system.
the thing we're trying to say here is that the controls in this game do feel a little clunky. You
Also-
can get through the game just fine with them, but you feel like it could be better.
Also, wow, looking at that, his fake hand, his robo arm isn't even like it's a fake arm. He has no right hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whether he lost it or he just decided, screw it, I want to give myself a robot arm and tear it off in the process. Well, that's another story.
Yeah.
Also, I love how the elevator works on punching. Yeah.
Sorry, you're saying hi? What's up?
Hey boss, have you ever considered writing a book about all your adventures? Well, as a matter of fact, I do have a comic series which you can read through my Patreon.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, literally.
Is the art done by Gashi Gashi still?
No, it's not. It's done by someone else, but I'll give you guys a link in the description.
Now, wait, is this one of those things like you can't see it unless you pay into the Patreon, or is it free to everybody in the Patreon? Just
I don't think I can take another one of these Princess and Other Castle jokes the guys keep spouting.
Oh dear.
Permission to bust a cap?
Granted.
Thank you. But yeah, I actually haven't read it for myself. I'm curious about it. Like, if it's the same writing as this, then I would totally give it a read.
Does it take now? Do we know if it takes place before, after interpretation of this game story?
To that, I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Because I will say,
You'll be glad to know.
Yes.
I have issued a new memo to the minions.
Oh, this one's fun.
They are no longer allowed to have meetings next to the explosive red barrels.
Thank you.
Why didn't I think of that?
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because spoilers for this
Actually,
game...
real quick, why don't we check on the princess? See how she's doing after all this.
I can't believe he broke up with me.
I can't believe you didn't even try to thwart me.
I can just imagine the tabloid headlines. Princess faces despair on death right.
Mayapple is... Mayapple. You turned sour.
Yeah.
That's actually better.
This is my true calling.
Mac Apple. I can for some reason I can totally see that pairing.
Yeah,
but
shit, yeah.
who knows how? I actually haven't even beat this game, so I'm not sure what exactly happens to May Apple. But yeah,
But yeah.
No, you can't jump off your airship.
But yeah, as for... Alright, but as for the comic, we're talking about the story, yes, spoilers, this game kind of ends on a cliffhanger, where it just kind of ends suddenly, and you're like, well, what happens next? But, yeah.
Okay. Then if I had to guess, maybe the comic does continue off of that, or it could be a prequel. Again, I'm not sure. I'll have to look up the Patreon to be sure. So that's it.
Punch.
How about we start... Yeah, let's punch our steering wheel. And move on to Insectia.
Alrighty.
You can also replay other levels if you want to, in case you missed a few crowns or your vinyl. And I figured I'd go ahead and show off this one level, just because it goes to show what to expect from the game.
We're stepping out of our comfort zones here, boss.
At least more so than what we had.
But I have received intel report about the Princess Apoidia. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. She rules Insectia with an iron thorax.
Thorax.
Or iron mandible, whatever it is that insect rules with.
What's a thorax? Isn't that the butt?
Sure. Get in, kidnap the princess, and then get out.
To the point. I like it.
Alright, down we go! Ow. To the kingdom of Insectia.
Oh goodness.
And I don't think I've already brought this up, but I will say another thing I do like about Nefarious is that it has a really good soundtrack.
That's actually something I was going to talk about. Since we were talking about like shoutouts, like you were shouting at the artist, one of the composers, I don't know if he's the main composer, but one of the guys that wrote the music for this game is Matthew Toronto. Apologies if I mispronounced that. Internet people might know him better as the creator of Brawl in the Family.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Do you think he was the one that did all the jazzy stuff? Because that's like the majority of the soundtrack.
I wouldn't put it past him. I do know he composed like a good handful of music. And there's also another thing, I might have to double check this, but I think last time I checked, some of the animation in this was also done by Brad Bourne, who is the creator of the Fancy Pants Adventures.
Huh.
Interesting.
I can see that style there. Also, I sat down so quickly I, like, shot out my knee or something. Whereas, like, it's like really, I just got straighten, I'll be fine. So...
How appropriate, considering the fact that we were just jumping off of grenades, which is actually an advanced sort of tech they don't immediately tell you about, but you can jump off of grenades,
So
including your own.
So whenever you see them, that's basically your idea of like, oh, so you can fire out a grenade and then bomb off of it.
So it's kind of like the Mega Ball.
In a way, yeah, it's kind of like the Mega Ball, except here it's actually deliberate.
Interesting double jump technique, I guess. What do you think of this so far?
I would call it that being said, it doesn't make for a very good double jumping technique. Like, unlike, say, the Mega Ball, where you can literally... Well, the purpose of that is that you can technically launch it, like, right below you, or, like, right below you. Here, you have to launch it in an arc, and it's a little too imprecise for you to make effective use out of double jumping.
So what do you
At least
think
not
of this
without a
so
lot of
far, Jordy?
practice.
Oh.
You've added Thorax Waltz to your jukebox.
All right, now that... Oh,
Neat.
cool. Oh,
The jury is still out on what exactly a thorax is.
cool. Now that they're both quiet for a second. Jordy, what do you think of this game so far?
I do like the story.
Oh!
What'd you do? What did you
Oh,
do?
no. And it has Shovel Knight mechanics.
Yep.
Oh, no.
But at least you can blow them up.
You mean, or you know, the stuff that Dark Souls technically invented.
Yes.
Yeah.
Run away
And
from
it's
power
In
up.
the game, so Shovel Knight.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead,
anyway.
Jordy.
Fair enough.
Going back to what I was saying, I definitely am intrigued by the story and the characters themselves. Hold on. Boss, it appears that they have sealed you in. Stand by, sending in a squad of minions to override the control center.
Thank you.
And by that, and unfortunately, the minions will not be able to deactivate the protocol until we beat every single mook in this room.
Oh, no.
So
yeah,
you know, it's
gauntlet.
your typical mook rush.
Oh, I love that little.
Yeah.
Yes, even he is not not one to you know, he has his girly moments.
Yeah, I wonder who they got to do the voicing in this game.
I don't know.
So minions.
It's
Go,
Go
man.
Minions.
Go minions. It's
One
like
of them
go
do them.
minions.
One of them.
Go.
Oh,
Get.
jeez. Get out! I wonder what all these...
I don't think the game
these-
expected. Oh, these guys are
Hello,
annoying.
praying mantis.
I wonder what these currency things are, like the green, the sort of silver...
I know there's a name for it. I just don't remember it off the top of my head.
Just... Oh gosh, really? Really?
And I do love. Yeah, these. Unfortunately, all the items do here have their own physics.
From you... That actually kind of sucks.
Kind of, yeah.
Because you're... Unless you punch downwards,
Oh,
they're... it's always
if
gonna
I'm
go-
not mistaken, I do believe here's our royalty.
Ooh.
What is the meaning of this?
Hey, at the bottom.
You're not my usual kidnapper. Where is Scorpion?
Kidnapper.
Oh, right.
Here, Carlton's sick. Bad call.
Yeah, Hype, this isn't our jurisdiction. We're an out-of-town villain.
I highly doubt that. Scorpion is a robot.
Really? Because I was totally picturing a giant scorpion.
Yeah, he gets that a lot.
I guess.
So now we got a
Well,
kidnapper, and this is actually one thing I do like about the game. Whenever you kidnap a princess, or any sort of royalty, you're also given a certain perk.
So
Like
what's
in this
her
case,
bill?
now we have a high jump.
Oh, because of her wings going like crazy.
That's neat.
And then there's also one later on, spoiling real quick, in the Ogre Kingdom. It's actually not a princess, but more so a prince, because, well, the princess of that kingdom is really fucking strong, and pretty much knocked your daylights out.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
the
with
dwarf
the
or
prince in
whatever.
particular, whenever you launch out a grenade, it creates platforms, because he's technically a fire prince. And the residue from the fire,
Oh.
well... Oh,
Ooh, boy.
didn't expect
Secret.
to do that, but I'll take it. I'll take what I can get.
Secret.
Just yeah, stuff like that. And then I think there's actually one other princess who literally rides you like a pony,
That's
and it pretty much becomes an auto running section.
It is unique, and if you do, and I guess we'll get right to the point because we're going to see one other boss type at the end of this. One thing I do commend this game for having fun with is each of the quote-unquote bosses has us taking control or playing a little quirk off of a popular game genre kind of final boss.
Yeah, if not game genre, then a boss trope. Because this game definitely has one of those, and I think the most blatant of them we're actually going to see in this very video.
I can't wait because we're getting around to it. Oh,
Say, princess, what's a thorax?
help us on a bet.
Excuse me?
On a bug. Is a thorax the butt?
Can we keep this kidnapping on a professional level, please?
Yeesh, sorry I asked.
You should be. Do you have no dignity?
I'm just gonna assume it's the butt.
It totally is the butt. I called it.
Okay, just to be real here, is it supposed to be the butt?
Yes, it is supposed to be the butt.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so he was sort of dead on.
It was the butt. Anyway, oh, jeez.
Ooh.
Damn, these are big bugs.
Hello.
The Dragonfly Scouting Patrol.
Actually, yeah, I guess naturally dragonflies would be that big compared to bees.
They are pretty
Yeah.
big, yeah.
And, I mean, again, I do think this has some good stuff to it, especially, like, you know, a Unity game. You know, it's very rare I get to see a Unity game that's made so well, but then again, I have to look at things and be like, wow, freaking, I think Ori was made with Unity.
I want to say it was, yeah. And,
So, like, doesn't quite compare to this, but I can't wait for Ori. I'm totally doing Ori 2 when that comes out.
that's fair.
I wouldn't mind joining for that.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I've just
you were
got to
at the
join no
first
matter
game.
what.
Yep.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
did the first game.
Yeah, we did do the first game.
No, I meant she was in the first game.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
was in
of
the
course.
first game.
right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, of course she'd be in the sequel. Oh gosh, we almost made it, and uh-oh.
Ooh, boy.
Ah, jeez, it's another mob.
Really?
Back.
Say what you will about say what you will about the Princess's Force. At least they're persistent.
Nice snipe shot there. Another one.
Yeah,
Alright,
honestly, I think I was a little ungodly good with this recording because normal. I
Bounce
remember
shot.
how much. Yeah,
Damn, oh, jeez.
it really does pay to actually make some use out of your bombs, especially in enclosed spaces like this.
Oh,
Well, yes, well, it helps that you can't like be hurt by your own bombs while doing that guy immediately.
Also, the more I think about it, after like when playing this game, I'm starting to realize I think this game was
Boom.
mostly built with the WSAD keys and the mouse.
Yes,
line.
it was.
Yeah, it was originally
Because
a
obviously, whenever you run around, you always see that cursor there showcasing where you're aiming. I'm pretty certain that's what they expected.
It reminds me, for some reason, it reminds me a lot of the Waluigi game.
There's
Psycho
oh
Waluigi?
yeah, Psycho Waluigi.
Yeah.
Boss, we tried holding down the palace in your wake, but Dash is hot on your heels.
Dash?
Dash.
Becky sent down my death pod. I
It's
didn't
on the
see
way,
period.
sir. Extraction point locked in. Ascend the summit of this tower to rendezvous.
So with that said, we're actually getting pretty close to our boss.
Alright, well, boss in a sense. We're the boss. That's the
Well,
joke.
yeah,
Yeah,
we are the bad guy after all.
Jeez, oh jeez. What are the crown? Are those just like green stars?
They're just green stars / strawberries, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know
sure.
exactly what purpose they serve other than bragging rights.
Alright, I know the currencies is our meal ticket to upgrades.
Yep. Which thankfully aren't that many, so there's that.
All right.
And here we are.
Where's that
Okay.
pod? There we
There's
go.
our pod.
Hey, that looks familiar.
Do, 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 do.
Dun, 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 dun. Not so fast!
Dash! You come to rescue me!
Evil is afoot in the kingdom of Insectia, and that's no good. Oh god damn it. I was just joking.
Prepare to be knocked off your soapbox, needle nose. Oh, devil damn it.
So yeah, sorry. If there's one thing I will also say about the boss fights, they have interesting ideas, but sometimes they're much like the rest of the gameplay.
Oh.
These are probably the more experimental moments.
Well, I will say
Okay,
first
first
off,
off-
what is... Go ahead, Hype. you
First
go.
off, the reason I kind of swore off myself is that he called him Neon Nose. Sonic was originally named Needle Mouse.
Yeah, I got
Really?
the reference.
Oh, I didn't know that. Also, first off, fun little reference is that our health bar is on the right side of the screen when everyone knows we should be on the left side of the screen. And second off,
Yeah.
yes, we are controlling the first boss of Sonic Hedgehog 1 for those who haven't figured it out yet.
Yep. And hold on. There we go.
Almost.
Oh, almost.
No. One more.
If only Eggman was this competent with his wrecking
There you
ball.
go.
Physics.
Oh, hold up. Time for our victory quote.
Kick your butt? Check. Kidnap the princess? Double check.
And there you have it.
Nice. Victory music.
Cue the theme song.
I said victory music.
That's your cue, Steve.
Well, I want people to have a clearer hearing of the music this time.
That is fair. I
That's
guess that's it, I guess.
But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our look at on Nefarious. The version I'm using is the Nintendo Switch version, which you can get for $15. I mean, again, if you don't mind the gameplay being not at its best, but can also enjoy like a really good story along with interesting ideas placed here and there, I'd say you'll get your money's worth. Mm-hmm. But on that note, I'm JamesmanXtreme.
Lucky Jack 20.
Jordan the Cat 11.
And I'm
Nice.
Nice. Till next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bibbidi-bow!